Hello everyone, welcome back to Clues by Sam. Today is January 25th, 2026, and we have a deeply evil puzzle which has arisen from the depths of hell itself to bring nothing but torment upon the world. This is actually the second attempt of recording that I have made, because the first one I spent about 20 minutes just sort of staring blankly in silence, and that's, given that the point of these videos is meant to be to help other people to solve these faster. 20 minutes where I'm making no progress is not helpful for that. Good, theoretically, good for my numbers, but I don't actually care, and probably you will just end up not watching the whole thing, so it's irrelevant. We're starting again. This time I have some crib notes off to the side, which I will be referring to just to direct where I should be looking next, because that is the hardest part of today, is just knowing what conclusions you are even meant to be drawing. We'll make a start, and you'll hopefully get a taste of what should be happening here. So, there are no innocents above Xena, who neighbour Chuck, so these two are criminals. Exactly 2 of the 6 innocents neighbouring Scott are in column B. Scott is himself in column B, which means that the 2 neighbours that he has are both innocent in column B. An odd number of innocents in column B are Thor's neighbours. We have 2, we need a third. From here, we have 1 of the 5 innocents on the edges is Betsy's neighbour, so one of these 3, and we know there are 5 total, important. Only 1 column has exactly 2 criminals, which is useful much later. Mark is one of Uma's 2 criminal neighbours. So Mark is a criminal, and then there's 1 more criminal in this set. All criminals below Aaron are connected. Doesn't tell us anything yet, but it will later. So, the next place we look is at Thor. So, can Thor be innocent? We start off just by looking at that. So, if Thor is innocent, Uma has one more criminal neighbour who is unassigned, so that's going to be one of these 2. Scott has 6 innocent neighbours. There are 3 in here, which means there's 3 in here. We can say like 1, 2, 3, 4, and we still have 5. That looks fine. We can't rule that out yet. If Thor is a criminal, then we know that these 2 have to both be innocent, because Uma only has 1 criminal neighbour. So given that we've already run out of criminals around Uma, these 2 have to be innocent. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have, let's just say for the sake of argument, these 2 both innocent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 innocents on the edges total. We still have to assign 1 innocent to this trio, and we can't. So, Thor cannot be a criminal, must be innocent. Next, all criminals in column D are connected. Given that Mark is a criminal, and given that we know that there is 1 innocent in here, in this trio, can Igor be that innocent? So, Igor is innocent. Eve and Chuck have to both be criminals. All criminals in column D are connected. Mark and Eve are not connected. Igor must be a criminal. So we can rule that out. This next step causes me a lot of problems. Took a long time to work out where I could go from here. So, next we have to look at Uma. So, all criminals in column D are connected. Can Uma be innocent? Let's make a look. So if Uma is innocent, that means that Zed has to be innocent, which means that Xena has to be the 1 criminal around Uma. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 innocents around Scott, which means that there's 2 more over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we've run out. There needs to be 1 more up here in Chuck and Eve. So Uma cannot be innocent. So, from there, we have Helen has exactly 4 innocent neighbours. So Helen's over here. We have 1 innocent in this set. We have 1 innocent in this set. 1, 2, 3. There's 4, so Gabe must be innocent. So we can turn that off. Next, I think the judgment we make from there is we just remember only one column has exactly 2 criminals, I think. So we have 2 criminals in column C. We have more than 2 criminals in column D. We have no way to make 2 criminals in column B. At the moment, it's looking likely that column C is going to be the one with 2 criminals, but we don't know for sure. So let's just see what happens if it's not that. So Z is innocent. From there, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 more innocents in here. All criminals below Aaron are connected. Jerry has to be a criminal. Freya has to be a criminal. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aaron also has to be a criminal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not the. Is that not what we go next? Hold on. So if Xena's a criminal, Zed is innocent. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 2 innocents left over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Freya has to be a criminal. We have 2 innocents here, which means Jerry has to be a criminal, which means these 2 have to be innocent. 3, 4, 5, which means Aaron has to be a criminal. And then the problem that we have here is if we look, only one column has exactly 2 criminals. Well, it's not A because A is 3. It's not B. B has either 1 or 0. It's not C. C has 3. It's not D. D has either 3 or 4. Therefore, no columns have exactly 2 criminals, which we know is not the case. So, given that this is the only way that this can be arranged, if Xena is a criminal, Xena must be innocent. Column C must be the column with exactly 2 criminals. So, given that Xena is innocent, Z must be a criminal. From here, we can actually go back over to Scott's neighbours, I think. So, Scott has 5 innocent neighbours. We know that there's 1 more innocent in this trio. All criminals below Aaron are connected. There's also, we have 1 innocent up here, 2 innocents down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th in this pair here of Aaron and Freya. So, given that we have 1 innocent left in here, and we know that all criminals below Aaron must be connected, cannot be the case that Penny is innocent, because then Vera and Jerry would both be criminals and not connected. So Penny has to be a criminal, which means that one of these 2. There's an odd number of criminals above Vera. So we know that there are 3 criminals in this set, which means that all of them must be above Vera. Vera cannot be a criminal herself. If Vera were a criminal, there'd be 2 criminals above Vera. That's not an odd number. So Vera must be innocent. Which means that Jerry must be a criminal, because of that pairing that we had earlier. We can turn that off. There are more innocents in row 1 than row 2. So in row 1 we have 1 innocent here and then an unknown, and in row 2 we have 1 innocent here and an unknown. More innocents in row 1 than row 2 means that Aaron must be the innocent out of Aaron and Freya. then there is only one innocent above Z. It must be Eve, which means that Chuck must be the criminal, and we're done. And that took some work. It says 25% fastest. The first time I did this took much longer, significantly longer. 8% had a perfect solve, I fully believe, because I also did not have a perfect solve the first time I ran through this. And even with, you can tell how difficult that was, because even with my crib notes, I still took 9 minutes, and I still stalled out twice. So, if you made it through that in one run, without it as a perfect solve, without my help, let me know. Congratulations. I will give you a little applause from over here where I am. Fully deserved. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go do literally anything else. And I'm afraid I will not be around for the next couple of days. So, have a good day.